Hi, this is another edition of Stuart Doll's Show, coming to you live from my man cave at my house right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. It's already a warm start to a warm start to a Sunday. Today, Winnipeg is under a heat warning, which means the humidex is going to be getting to about maybe possibly 42 today. And basically, a heat warning is basically when there's like hot humid air and that that's what creates a heat warning. Um, for you people today that live here in Winnipeg, make sure if you're out and about today and you have to go out in this heat and that, make sure you drink plenty of water. Make sure you put a hat on. Make sure you put lots of sunscreen on and that stuff. But if you don't have to go out in this heat net, I would recommend not going out, but outside today. But we only get heat once a year. Might as well enjoy it. But if you do have to go outside, try to find a nice, cool, shady spot if possible. And make sure that you drink lots of water so you decrease your chances of getting dehydrated. What else? This is a special edition of my show, the Stuart Doll Show. Yesterday was the anniversary of the most brutal massacre that has occurred on European soil since the end of World War II in Srebrenica, Bosnia. 20 years ago, 20 years ago, Serb forces commanded by I can't remember commanded by I'm trying to think. I honestly can't remember the name of the commander, but long story short, and Srebrenica, Bosnia, was supposed to be a safe it was declared a safe area by the United Nations, and there was just like a peacekeeping force, I believe, of about 4,000 troops, and that some Dutch peacekeepers, and it was probably a mix of peacekeepers from the different United Nations. But Srebrenica, Bosnia, was declared a safe area in that. Well, that was completely shattered because excuse me, pardon me. Anyways, Srebrenica was declared a safe area, but the Serb forces commanded by commanded by I can't remember the name of the commander, but anyway, so they went in to Srebrenica and they murdered I think over 8,000 Muslim men, and this was the worst genocide since the end of World War II. and that. And yesterday, people were going to remember those victims who die, who those Muslim victims who died under that brutal and senseless attack by these Serb forces, Serb forces. And there was a lot of people gathering and that to commemorate the 20th anniversary and that the Srebrenica massacre that occurred in July of I believe the in July of 1995. So I was around then because I was born in 1990, and that people were gathering at the gravestones, that remembering those Muslim men and women, the Muslim men and boys that died under in this brutal and senseless genocide. And people were just gathering in that. And then what was really funny is the Serb president. He was coming there to Srebrenica, to pay his respects and that. But because of the deep anger and resentment that Bosnian Muslims still have towards Serbs, to this day, and I totally understand that. What was funny was it was kind of expected. The crowd of Bosnian Muslims started booing and hissing the Serbian president, and then they even started just pelting him, and that, and him and his I guess staff or whatever had to flee because they didn't want to get pelted. But I totally understand that. The deep resentment that still is between Serbs and Bosnian Muslims to this day, even over 20 years later. Yeah, totally understandable. What else? Excuse me. In sports related things, Friday, the New York Yankees won 5-1. In the first game of the 3-game series between them and their rivals, the Boston Red Sox. Well, the Boston Red Sox won yesterday, so I guess you could say the series is tied at 1 game apiece. Well, today is the rubber match between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Today at 12:30 p.m. Central, which would make it about 1:30 p.m. Eastern because of the time difference. And what else? There was supposed to be a summit in Brussels, between the European leaders, to discuss Greece's debt crisis. Now, while that's been cancelled, and that because there's still really hard talks on how to come about this this potential third bailout plan that Greece might be getting in the last 5 years, because Greece as a country has been going financially down the toilet for a very long time. And if I were the Greek government, I would get your act or your shit together, because otherwise sooner or later you're going to run out of money, and there's going to be widespread poverty. Well, there's probably already widespread poverty as it is all over Greece, but that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is Greece, as a country, financially relies on things like tourism, from different tourists from all over the world, but that's not the only thing that they rely on, for their economy. But and people have been making long lineups at banks just to withdraw whatever cash they can. At first it was 60 euros, which is about the equivalent of $100 Canadian. Well, and then that's been dropped to 50 euros. Well, and that's I believe about 70 or 82 dollars Canadian. But that's not enough, for the people, for the citizens of Greece, to live on. And I hope in my mind that something can be done about Greece, to give them this third bailout plan, because like they desperately need it. And that what else? On another subject, WWE Battleground is next Sunday, July 19th, and like I said yesterday in my last episode of my show, the Stuart Doll Show, there's some, looks like it's going to be shaping out to be a good pay-per-view, and there's some matches already in that, but there might be more, but I'll name as much of them as I can. There's Kevin Owens versus John Cena for the United States title. There's Ryback defending his Intercontinental title in a triple threat between him. It's Ryback versus The Miz versus The Big Show. And then the Primetime Players are defending their WWE Tag Team titles against The New Day. And Roman Reigns is going one-on-one with the crazy and psychotic Bray Wyatt. And I think that's all the matches I can remember of, but there might be... there's the WWE World Heavyweight title match between Seth Rollins, who's the current champion, and the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. I think the only way that Seth Rollins is going to win is if he gets help from J&J or whatever, because Brock Lesnar's hell-bent on just destroying not only Seth Rollins, but taking back the WWE World Heavyweight title. And that. What else? I think the anniversary of the Srebrenica massacre, it's a day to remember. It was a day yesterday, to remember, those thousands of innocent Muslim men and boys that died in this brutal and senseless genocide, and but you shouldn't, I think you should always remember but not forget. What else? This has been another edition of the Stuart Doll Show. I am signing off for now. For you young people, stay in schools, stay out of trouble, you'll do fine. And my advice today, try to keep as cool as possible because of the heat warning that city of Winnipeg's under. And that, for now, peace, bye-bye, and I'll be the same.